Jim, congratulations, second away win of the season, only 2 points off the playoffs now. I just thought it was a thoroughly professional performance today.
Yeah, it was. We knew it was going to be a difficult place to come. They had a good win here against Darlington, and they changed their shape, so we weren't sure. And then with a change of manager, we weren't sure whether they were going to change things. But I think we came with a kind of flexible game plan. But I think we had a solid shape, which gave us a platform to go and attack from. And with Jason and Warby, you've always got a chance of getting goals.
Solid shape, and you've talked in recent weeks about the players not necessarily always translating your instructions onto the pitch, but today they've followed the tactics to the letter.
Well, last week I was really disappointed that we our back four didn't move across the pitch, and the gaps opened up between the four, so the easy solution is to play five. And if we sink too much and give too much ground in what we call zone 14, or in between the centre forwards and the midfielders, or their centre forwards and our midfielders, then play free and have a baseman. And it is ultra cautious, ultra defensive, but then within that solid shape, then we had an ability to roll Scott down the left or Dan down the right to give us some extension, but always maintain the threat of Jason and Matthew down the middle. And if they took a chance and opened up their shape, we were always going to hurt them.
It's teams that win games, but I just thought today there was some really strong individual performances. Jimmy Ball, particularly the second half, Gary Stopford throughout, Scott Duxbury, and Ian Olsen, of course, as well.
Yeah, well, Ian's been impeccable in training recently, and he's been outstanding in the shot stopping, and his distribution is just a bit crisper and sharper, and that was one of my disappointments in the last couple of weeks with Ben. But Ben's a great keeper, Ian's a great keeper. But yeah, you're right to pick out those three. I thought the back four was solid and manly and did their job, especially the three centre halves. And we had to shift a little bit when they changed shape to a bit more of a diamond and two. But no, there were lots of good performances, and as I said at the end, my team talk was pretty brief. It was just thanks for following out my instructions, because you've won the game.
In terms of Nuneaton as well, I mean, people look at it and think this is a good win against a full-time side who've got a great home record, won 3 on the spin at home before today, and all the confusion about the manager as well can sometimes give them a bounce, can't it?
Yeah, well, they have been strong at home, and they've got some players with real energy, and perhaps we showed them a lot of respect in the way that we played with 3 centre halves and 3 midfielders initially. But what we had to do was make sure that we said the crucial thing, that one of the targets was a clean sheet at half time. I felt we would score goals. So we were 2-0 up at half time. We felt the job hadn't been done. We expect a reaction from them, or a change of shape, and we'd be asked a few more questions, but the lads responded to all those questions. And the great thing is we've got players who stuck to the task, did the individual, made no mistakes, passed when it was on the pass, ran when it was on the run, and then cleared when it was on the clear. And I thought, like you said, it was a very professional display.
And all different kinds of goals as well. Jason, a real poacher's finish, the free kick from Jimmy, which was exquisite. Gary Stopford just getting his reward for persistence, really.
Well, pure pressure. The secret of the, whatever you want to call it, the 5-3-2, is the ability of perhaps what we wanted to try and do was flood the centre halves, and obviously having Matty and Jason being able to spring on as a 2v2, you can see the threat that they uphold, but then you've also got Gary Stopford breaking the lines and getting in there, and like I said, and just rewards for his pressure. I think that's the second one he scored when he's back this season.
So he claimed. And also the conditions. I mean, I know the conditions are the same for both teams, but absolutely horrible today. But he's been able to master those conditions better than your opponent.
I think both teams played reasonably good football when you consider. I think the only time that it really showed was perhaps on our set plays, where we just didn't seem to get to grips with the free kicks or the corners. So that was a real disappointment for me, because we worked really hard this week in terms of set plays, and they were really strong against Blythe. We hit the crossbar early on, and there were several other chances we got from our set plays, and the set plays today were a bit weak, and I think that's the difficulty, because you've got to adapt to the conditions. But on the flip side, I think Ian's kicking was really good when you consider the wind. No, like I said, there's lots of positives from today, and like I said, lots of players who've shown what they've got to offer the team.
Listen, we'll let you get out of it now. Well done, great win today.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Cheers.